The end of World War II signaled the beginning of new hope. Hope that courage, skill, talent, and sheer genius would finally unlock the door to opportunity for all Americans. On Chicago's South Side, that hope burned brightly for an enterprising young man, Lucius Perry Gregg Jr. Perry, as he was known to all, began peddling his way into the world of communications by handling his own newspaper route at the age of 8. While improving his verbal skills, he also earned outstanding grades and the accolades of his teachers for his splendid ideas and gentle manners. Even a poem in his high school yearbook revealed that while some live for the moment, Perry would be remembered for his determination to excel. Bernie Smith with her graceful air, Major and Mary as the perfect pair, Harvey Kilpatrick and his gift of gab, Perry Gregg in the chemistry lab. When he wasn't busy with the chemistry lab, the teenage book club, the boys' service club, or the yearbook staff, Perry found time for the National Honor Society, the Social Planning Committee, and the high school ROTC, an organization he joined to learn new skills and display his patriotism. But most of all, to show off the stylish commander's uniform, a look that he decided was a guaranteed hit with the girls. We don't know what the girls thought, but that's another video. Following graduation, Lou joined the Marine Corps Reserve in 1950 and discovered the allure of yet another spiffy new uniform. At boot camp, he trained for the prospect of battle in Korea. But a force more powerful than even war would intervene to change the course of his life. His mom. Without Lou's knowledge, Mrs. Gregg had initiated an application on his behalf to the Naval Academy. With the appointment of Chicago's Congressman Dawson, Lou entered Annapolis in 1951, remembering his mother's parting words. "Don't embarrass me, son. Whatever you do, don't embarrass me." Mrs. Gregg need not have worried. For as a midshipman, Lou realized both the honor and the responsibility of a man in uniform when members of the black community in Annapolis stopped him in the street to express their pride and share words of encouragement. Leading by example, Lou embarked on a path that would help open doors to others, becoming the Naval Academy's 4th black graduate and the first to graduate with distinction. Following graduation, Lou selected the Air Force and trained as a pilot, aircraft commander, and mission commander. It was a heady time for him, the youngest lieutenant to fly and have his own crew. And in his spare time, Lou attended graduate school alongside classmates Buzz Aldrin and future Secretary of the Air Force Sheila Widnall, completing an MS in aeronautics and astronautics at MIT. In 1965, Lou left the Air Force and touched down in the world of academics. As Associate Dean of Science at Northwestern University, Lou was named one of Chicago's 10 outstanding young men of 1966. Just 2 years later, he was introduced as the keynote speaker at an NAACP dinner with these words. His considerable accomplishments provide a unique example for others of his race, and no better image could be brought before our audience in this year of controversy. From the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation to Vice President of the First National Bank of Chicago, from strategic planning at Bristol Myers Corporation to the Board of Directors of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. From the National Research Council to Vice President of Public Affairs for the New York Daily News, Lou sought to be an effective leader and communicator in places where he could make a difference. He often found himself the only black executive in the boardroom, and once reflected on his situation saying, "When I look in the mirror, I have to ask myself, how is it going? And what are you doing to help? I have to find an answer that I hope has a very strong black dimension." Lou brought his diverse talents to Hughes in 1989, becoming Vice President of Corporate Communications. When he was asked that year to address the company's Black Forum, it was clear that a mover and shaker had arrived. Yes, the earth moved, not only on the Richter scale, but for Lou and the lady that would rock his world, Beverly Ward, a Hughes manager he met at the meeting. Despite the shaky introduction, Lou's powerful and charming communication skills prevailed, and Beverly became his wife in 1994. For more than a decade, Lou has advanced the image and visibility of Hughes across the globe. He promoted over 50 battlefield systems used by all branches of the armed forces during Desert Storm. Continuing the company's tradition as a defender of freedom and protector of our troops around the world. During Lou's tenure, the company expanded its global telecommunications technologies, enabling businesses to transmit information at the speed of light. Establishing Hughes as a worldwide supplier of direct broadcast entertainment. And focusing the power of communication on the struggle for democracy wherever it took place. As he leaves Hughes, Lou will shed one last uniform, his corporate suit, even though it still obviously has quite an effect on the girls. His exciting collection of new uniforms will include a natty nautical look aboard his yacht, short shorts on the tennis court, and an awesome Armani look for, well, everything else. Hey, this is LA, you know. The boy from a modest background in the Midwest has come a long way. With hope, skill, and determination, he made the most of every opportunity, and in doing so, helped to create a pathway for others to follow. And so to Lou's mom, a special P.S. He didn't embarrass you. He gave it his all and received even more. And everyone knows that deep at heart, he's still just an enterprising young man, looking forward to peddling his way into the future.
Congratulations, Lou and Bev. I'm sorry I can't be there, but Seems to me you got me into this taping thing, so maybe this is the appropriate way to say congratulations on a great career and all the contributions that you've made to Hughes, both of you. As I think back on our time together, we had a few challenges, and you were just a terrific teammate in facing up to them, whether they were the external challenges or internal communications with employees or the Washington scene, or transforming ourselves from an aerospace company that loved our technology to really be a commercial company that was global, not just domestic, and we wanted to go into the services business. And somebody who wasn't just interested in the earnings every quarter, but also the growth of our company every quarter. But you and your team never forgot the employees. In fact, I can recall we made employees first. And of course, when we went to Washington, we had to think through how do we transform how Washington thinks of us from space being such an interesting place for the government to be to an interesting place for commercial applications and for us indeed to be, and that would be good for America. And all of that, I think, Lou, had a lot to do with the way you helped us conduct ourselves and transform not only our company, but all our attitudes. You were a terrific partner, and you are a good friend. My very best to you and Bev in life after Hughes.